Pastor Chavaleh, and I'd like to welcome you to Mount Cross today. Today, I have a guest that I'm so happy to have with me. This is Andrew Vano, and he is a confirmation student at Mount Cross and also has a really important relationship with his scout troop. So, Andrew, could you start a little bit? Tell us anything about yourself that you want, and then your relationship with scouts and what you do for them, and then this kind of super cool experience that you had with your scout troop.
Yep. Thanks for letting me do this. Seems pretty cool. So I am Andrew Vano. I am a confirmation student here, as said before. I am my troop's chaplain's aide. My job is to make and sort of officiate scout zones, which are interfaith sort of church services that take place at ideally every scouting event that I go to. And a few months back, I believe it was during September, I was volunteering at a adult leader training for scouts and scouting leaders. And I was asked by one of the adults to participate in the scout zone at that event. During that event, I had brought with me a book that I got. It's called How to Be More Tree, and it has several lessons that we can learn from trees. And I paged through it briefly, and I found one lesson that stuck with me for that event. Olive trees. Olive trees grow in one of the worst climates for growing. They don't have a very nutrient-rich soil. It's not especially a good growing environment for them. And yet they still manage to grow and give to the people who grow them. They give olive oil and olives, which are relatively popular around the world. And I took from this and the message that the book gave me about this. And I gave a brief speech to a room full of adults about how we can give without expectation. In Scouts, adults are often one of the less thought about aspects of a troop. They are needed. Every Scout deserves a trained adult. And they perform lots and lots of crucial tasks. I have met some very cool adults who do a lot for scouting through my scouting career. And these adults, they were relatively new to scouting. This is probably one of their first ever campouts, first ever trainings. And the message that I tried to get home to them was, as a person who is widely known for one thing, such as being a scouting leader. This doesn't necessarily mean scouting leader in this specific context, but as a scouting leader, you are a widely known person. And as that, you have to give without expectation, just like the olive tree. You don't know what people are going through in their lives. You can't tell. Don't judge a book by its cover. For all I know, if I walk up to a person on the street, even though they have a smile on their face, they could have just had the absolute worst day of their life. And all that I know is that they look happy. But I could be totally wrong. So what I said is, as a known person, we have to give without expectation. That means no matter what we feel like, no matter what we're going through at the moment, always try to make the world a little bit better. You can just give someone a smile on the street. You can help your friend with their math homework. You don't know what they're going through. It could mean lots to them. It could be such a great impact that we would never know. Mm-hmm. And after I was done with my speech, several adults came up to me and were like, that was what they needed to hear. I was just I was just up there. I didn't even plan to do this, but I really have thought a lot about this giving back to people. My father, a wonderful guy, one of his personal rules is that whenever he does something, like go do a training with Boy Scouts, he likes to try to staff that training so that he can share the experience with others. So when he went through IOLS as a scouting adult, he decided that was so important and so crucial to my experience that I think I need to go back and make sure someone else feels that way too. And so, what I'd like for you to take away from this, if anything, is that no matter what we're doing, no matter what we feel like, no matter how the world is changing around us, just make sure to give back to people who need it, and everyone needs it. Just like the olive tree, you've got to give without expectation.
Amen. Andrew, thank you so much for the gospel according to olive trees, the gospel according to scouts. And we are so fortunate. I'm so grateful that you're part of the Mount Cross family.
Thank you.
And you just have so much to offer. And whether you're giving it without expectation or not, I'm just so glad that you're here.
Thank you again.
So, thank you so much. And I look forward to having you participate in Scout Sunday on February 2nd.
Yep.
And then later, as your confirmation stuff goes on, to be doing a lot of other things here at Mount Cross. So,
Yep. Can't wait for it.
Awesome. Thanks for this and all things. And all y'all online. And we'll see you Sunday. Have a great week.
Yep.